Hello everyone and welcome back to the Brightworks and another match of Beyond All Reason, where today we're going to be taking a look at a game that was played here on Kolmogorov Remake, a map we definitely don't get an opportunity to especially take a look at an 8v8 on all too often. Now apparently today this one was sent on over through the Discord channel. We'll guarantee you that I can guarantee you it was sent on over in the Discord channel, but apparently this ended up being a little bit of a banger of a match. So I'm very excited to see how this one actually played out. We've seen this map rotated in and out of the Pro League, sort of the 4v4, the 1v1 tournaments. A lot of those small team games, we do see this map tend to pop up. But it's very rare that we actually get a chance to look at it in 8v8, because it's a little bit cramped in 8v8, yeah. As you can see already, we've got some shenanigans moving forward here, as we have some I guess commanders spawning on top of each other, some LLTs set up, all sorts of good stuff here already underway in the match. We have a little bit of a war going on right here, but let's meet our blue team leader and we'll dive right into this match. It's a little bit of a quicker one, so we'll do our introductions quick. But today, spawning in the back line here of the blue team is the blue commander. It's going to be Ram Darkness Dark. Dark? I don't know if it's supposed to be like a fringe de, or like if it's just dark, like Darkness Dark. I don't know, feels a little redundant. Ram Darkness Dark, the blue 32 open skill hero. Chicken Dinner also joining us as well, by the way. 31 open skill, but a previous tournament winner. Is definitely a lot of experience under the blue team's belt. Curious to see how that's going to manifest. Little battle going on in the midsection here. Mostly just a little LLT war being financed here by the backline, as Henka doesn't really have any eco, but does have some LLTs up and running, so he's trying to... I mean, this is a very difficult fight to fight, right? You don't have any metal, you don't have any energy. Well, you have plenty of metal, but no energy in order to power these LLTs. So they're not really firing at full speed, is kind of the weird situation we're in, I guess. Red Commander Ram Clubs. Huh. Ram Clubs, the Red Armada Commander. I'm going to be going for some Centurion. We also have dreams of lots and lots of wind turbines, as all Armada Commanders do. Gonna be going for Armada off on the left-hand side. We'll also grab the mexes over here. We're going pretty greedy on the mexes, taking both of the two mex expansions, so that's gonna be an extra 4 metal per second, going back to the already 6 metal per second here for the red commander. Meaning we'll even out on about 12 metal per second, which is pretty good. That's enough to start spamming out even some of the better T1 units, right? We're talking about Centurions, Maces, even Rocketeers. We have 2 dead commanders over here. Looks like the tank commander and green commander both traded out right here. So that's Chicken Dinner losing the commander, as well as Spiels 21 also going down right here. This is a sacrifice. We're basically making sure that there's no way for the tank commander to actually get into this base and do any damage. We do have the thugs trying to fight this commander. We need rocket bots, really. Rocket bots don't have the same issues firing up the hill here at the commander that the plasma bots do. Their rockets sort of just travel a set distance. The plasma bots firing uphill are going to suffer a little-known thing known as gravity. D-gun right there. Ooh, misses one of the corpses. Manages to catch both of them eventually right there. But still, though, that was probably about 800 or so metal reclaimed right now by the green commander. So it's going to be quite a lot of these thugs that have been built up here. Not to mention a giant army of Satyr also moving in from the right-hand side. What a lovely little push right here. Yeah, Amma as well as Chicken Dinner moving in on the yellow commander. Putting a ton of pressure here on this base. And now we even have a rocket bot, a single hero rocket bot out from the Seafoam Green Commander as well. Oh, the tower, there we go. Tower does go down. A Kyle in a whole bunch of trouble all of a sudden, down to 35% HP. And as these plasma bots get to the top of the hill, suddenly that disadvantage turns into a major advantage. As you can see them raining down plasma on top of the yellow commander and basically everything else down here for just miles out. Okay. Brilliant little opening here. Magic Man in a little bit of trouble. Ooh, nice try at a D-gun right there. We do micro the Centurion back, though, so that's really quite nice. Magic Man, ooh, in a lot of trouble. 2% HP, the Miracle Rocket. Oh, just mere millimeters away from the purple commander's left toe. Almost blowing that commander to smithereens. But Magic Man barely, and I mean barely, manages to escape with just 100 or so HP. That's a couple of blasts from a Centurion, and that commander is dead. Porus also taking some damage here from the LLT. That'll blast down a commander pretty quick. Yeah, D-gun is fired away, but we miss. Now we stand here and miss. Oh, no, we hit it. Okay. Down about 40% HP, 40 or 50% HP on that commander. Thugs in such gigantic numbers are going to start causing a problem. We do have the Resbot, or, well, the Con, actually, out here to reclaim some of this. I love this. I mean, these thugs can just continue pushing forward. There's nothing here that can really stop them. They have the numbers advantage. As long as we get either the tiniest bit of repairs on these, or, of course, just reclaim all those corpses, you're going to be good either way. We just need an efficient fight. Maybe 1 or 2 Resbots wouldn't be the end of the world here, either. Where are we stopping, though? I think it's time to go, go, go. Yeah, use these thugs to start popping these LLTs. Just pop one LLT, back off, repair. Pop another one, back off, repair. It costs the tank commander so much metal, and it costs you nothing. Just a little bit of micro. It's the kind of efficiency that wins a game, after all. Looks like the purple defenses have been overwhelmed. The purple commander opting to save the commander in expense for the front line. Janus tanks coming out here, but all of a sudden Porous 69 is also in a little bit of trouble. This is what we would call in the Beyond Our Raising community a poverty map. You don't have a lot of resources, so if you funnel all the resources to one commander, like we can see for the red commander here, who now has 4 Centurion, a dozen or a half dozen rocket bots, and tons of pawns as well, suddenly that advantage is ginormous. 2% HP, boom, goes the Lavender commander, and just like that, an extra 1,000 metal gonna be going back towards the red commander. Reclaiming these commanders is exponential, right? As you get one commander under your belt, it fuels your army to kill the next commander, which makes it even easier to kill the next commander, and so on and so forth, until eventually you've just got an unstoppable force. Resbot now eating up this corpse as well. Lovely done by Chicken Dinner, making sure to get these forces out here in order to reclaim all this. Manages to peel off about 400 metal out of that corpse right there. Not bad. Certainly pays off the cost at the very least of that Resbot. We have pincer tanks popping up, actually. Okay. Cheeky little pincer tank run by, or roll by, or float by, however you want to call it. They managed to sneak into the water and out the other side into the back line of the red commander. This is actually super annoying. Okay. I mean, pawns will clean this up really nicely, but the fact of the matter is, where's the build power? It's all trying to chase down this single pincer. We need, like, one construction tower. Can we have one construction tower here? I don't think Ram Clubs really thinks it matters. Yeah. After having blown up an entire base, an entire front line, an entire commander, and the entire base, I'm pretty sure Ram is basically just going to try and push for the win right here. Easy to overextend, though. There's a lot of open position here in the midsection. Yellow is getting the reclaim out of the Cyan commander, the remains of that Cyan commander. A little bit of a brawl down here as well. Those Centurion, man, making a name for themselves today. Centurion are fantastic. We just don't see them all the time because they're a little bit slow. They're a little bit weird to control. Ram about to ingest 2,000 or so more metal. Meanwhile, killing the green production facility here as well. What has blue been up to? We've built a lot of wind turbines. We've also got the overcharged mexes here, so we're gathering 2, 4, 6. We're gathering 12 metal per second. Very nice. In fact, we've actually grabbed a bunch of mexes all over the place, so actually quite a bit more there for the blue commander. 35-ish metal per second is really quite nice, but the question is, what are we going to do with it? The metal's all in wind turbines and bases and all this other wonderful investment technology. It's not on the field, it's not doing damage. And that really is wherein the problem lies. MVE moving in here. Most valuable... Don't know what the E stands for. Trying to walk forward here. Could actually afford to be a little more aggressive. Yeah, we got... I mean, the medium tanks and the riot tanks are a little bit threatening. Wolverines, obviously not. And the incisors go down pretty quick to those Centurion. They actually... The Centurion, that is, can actually deal with them really quickly. Ballista here, struggling against the drones, of course. Little drone tower on this hill is being so pesky, though. Yeah, where's the anti-air? We need, like, 2 anti-air towers. Just a couple of those anti-air towers is all it takes to be enough to shut this down. Centurion's trying to laser beam these to death. It's not going to work. But if you have an anti-air tower in there as well, it will be enough. It's just barely enough. Oh, look at that. We're going for a capture command. How cute is that? Kyle goes for the capture command, manages to capture the base. And all of a sudden, Kyle now has a frontline laboratory. Gunships handed over here to the green commander who knows what the fight needs. Or maybe doesn't. This commander is obvious as a target. Rocket bots need to take down that anti-air. If they can take down the AA, then this looks quite nice. Legion commanders have a little bit of anti-air built into their backpack. Yeah, I mean, the mosquitoes are doing a great job. Clubs is in trouble here. Obviously, you don't know how damaged a commander is, so we could have just sniped the comm. Either way, yeah, commander goes down right there. Okay. That does relinquish a ton of force right here. Why are we pinging? Oh, air. We're calling for air support here. Okay. 3,000 pings later and no air support has arrived. Mosquito, well, a single mosquito, still in the air. Mosquito singular, not mosquito plural, in case anybody was confused. Mosquito in the air. Finally joined by a brother. And some more. Heading out here of the blue lab. We're going for T2. My goodness, okay. You know, I really feel like what we should have done is, at the very least, picked up a transport, or grabbed a transport and dropped a construction tower over here. Hey, there's a construction plane. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Wonderful stuff. Construction plane here to eat all the corpses. A resign vote from the Green Commander. Oh, no. Ticks are going to kill themselves. Oh, they didn't kill themselves on the E-converters. Nice micro right there from a Kyle. Do we have, like, 2 more mosquitoes? Or a single LLT? Or, like, anything to deal with these ticks? Doesn't really seem like it. Mosquitoes are really quite nice at cleaning up these earliest run-bys. They can do that quite nicely. The problem lies in cleaning up these ticks. It looks like build power will just barely be able to do it. We do have the T2 laboratory up and running. Are we going to be able to pull off a T2 transition? My goodness. What greed! Your greed sickens me. As they say, loads of build power here for the Red Commander. Actually, a little bit of an overinvestment on build power. Still, though, quite a lot of energy, and there's definitely a lot of energy to convert here as well. That is something very nice in this map. That wind speed goes all the way up to 25, meaning you do have a lot of wind power available at your disposal. Looks like MVE's army was eventually dismantled here as well, kind of strewn across the battlefield. And the remnants of this Mosquito gunship force are sauntering around trying to find some value here wherever they can too. They do just enough damage to those T1 forces to be dangerous, but they're not necessarily the end-all be-all as far as shutting down like these big T1 run-bys. Any decent-sized group of pawns is going to be able to sneak past. Blue Commander in a ton of trouble right now. I mean, these pawns have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Right into the wind turbines, which are the major energy production. In fact, the major energy production, we're going for a Tyrannis. No! There's no way we try and go for the Tyrannis here. That is insanity. The Tyrannis is 5,600 metal. It's double the cost of the T2 lab right now. It's the most expensive air unit in the game, I do believe. Unmodified, anyway. Excluding the extra unit T3 units. Okay. I don't know how I feel about the single construction tower 5-minute 58-second Tyrannis. This timing does not bode well here. Construction plane moving out here to try and grab some more mexes. At the very least, those T2 mexes are quite nice. We have, yeah, Red Commander going for a fat boy over here. We do have the Maroon Commander now in the water, going for some seaplanes of all things. Tidal speed super low on this map, so wind turbines, very good. Tidal generators, very bad. Wow, we really lost our hold over here on the left-hand side. MVE trying to hold on to this front line here. We do have hounds coming out. The blue... We're just handing the Blue Commander all the bases. We're like, you know what? Here, take it. Do what you can with it. Yeah, there we go. We're going to share those to a commander that doesn't have a bunch of stuff to micro. Lovely, lovely play. Okay. Ticks continuing to sneak around and try and be a nuisance. They are, yeah, going to be able to sneak over that hill. That's super annoying. Capable of traversing well into the backline here, and all of a sudden, Ram, Darkness, Dark. Dark. Dark with a capital D. Going to, yeah, be lasered apart here by those peskiest of Armada weaponry. Wind turbines falling one by one. Looks like the ticks will go down here. Commander very nicely saves those. Are we actually going to do it? I mean, we are about halfway through. A little over halfway through at this point. I just can't believe it. We're going for more T2 metal extractors. They're quite nice, but obviously every drop of metal you spend on metal extractors is a penny you're not spending building that OP flagship. That air superiority flying kinetic multi-weapon fortress. Yeah, we've just got straight up gunship harassment. Because why not? I mean, if the air player is going to be building a Tyrannis for the next 5 minutes, why not just go for some very nice gunship play here? Unfortunately, it was only 2, so it's not really worth much. And of course, some of those Martyr, for instance, might have worked a little bit better. We do have loads of welders coming out. Can we take out all the anti-air here in the middle? I don't think these T1 planes could kill the Tyrannis, but all the anti-air would certainly scuff it. The welder are quite nice, and they can do a lot of damage. Sprinter coming out here as well, which might be good enough to clean up these thugs. Sprinter have a specific superpower. If you keep them at the right range, they can be faster than the plasma projectiles that units will lob at them. If you move them in too closely, though, they'll just take a bunch of damage and die. They're a very micro-intensive unit. You have to be constantly circling the enemy units and just keeping them at maximum range. Keeping them moving constantly. Otherwise, yeah, you end up just kind of losing them all. You also need to spread them out. They do block each other, so... Not my favorite trait in the world, but we are getting the job done. I mean, the thugs are so confused by the movement of the sprinters here that they seem to be incapable of firing at anything. Boom goes the E-converters, chain reacting. Oh my goodness. E-converters, chain reacting. In a split second, we see the entire powder blue base up in atoms. The E-converters chain reacting to the build power, further chain reacting into the storages, into the T2 E-converters, and the bombers to finish off the fusion. Tyrannis, King of the Skies, has made its way out of the lab. Now is the time. Oh, we're going for a little capture command. Okay, very cute. A Kyle now in a little trouble. Tyrannis going to be firing away. Doesn't have any radar sensors on board, so it can't exactly do much. Oh, a D-gun from the commander on the Tyrannis. That'd be epic. I mean, the base is in tons of trouble here. The fighter's eventually shutting all that down, but now we have a Tyrannis on the field. The question, of course, becomes, like, what are we going to use it for? Are we just going to send it across with no air support whatsoever? We could try. Yeah, I mean, so the thing about the Tyrannis is I thought it had its own anti-air. I guess I might be mistaken about that. Could have swore this had its own anti-air. It must not be the case. The Dragon has anti-air. I figured the Tyrannis did too. Yeah, no. D2A rapid missile launcher. It's on hold fire, so it's not shooting right now. What a misplay. I'm pretty sure this Tyrannis could just kill all these T1 fighters. It's just on hold fire, so it's not shooting at them. That's a pretty critical blunder. Gunship's coming out here. The almighty Cacophony trying to shoot these down. I believe the Cacophony got a little bit of a buff against air. Their anti-air is ever so slightly better. Did we finally turn this on fire at will? Yeah, we did. Wonderful. Okay. Tyrannis finally can actually properly fire it what it needs to. Means it will clear its own skies, and now it can be used to, yeah, I mean, sure, shut down some of this over here as well. We need a little repair on it, though. It is looking pretty scratched up here at this point. 48% HP is a little concerning for your capital ship unit. The problem is it just takes a whole swarm of air units in order to kill this. It doesn't take a whole lot to not kill this. Hound's in a little trouble, though. The plasma balls it launches are no joke. The machine gun, a little bit more suspect. There we go. We can see the anti-air missiles firing away here as well. Connecting with a whole bunch of these T1 fighters. They don't do a lot, but they are enough to shut down most T1 fighters, and the Flying Fortress has enough HP that it can sustain long enough for it. Couple of Phobos actually managing to overwhelm the Sheldon here and run past them quite nicely. We never really got to that critical mass of T2 in the middle here. This bombing run that took out the Powder Blue Commander was pretty phenomenal. Kind of sealed the deal here for the red team. As the Blue Commander inherits more and more of this, the resign vote is called. Darkness Dark, targeted once more. And they will throw in the towel. What a cheesy strategy, going for a Tyrannis rush of all things. 5,600 medals of Flying Fortress, and it could hardly defend the entire map all at once. What a bloody battle between these two teams, but absolutely thrilling to watch. I sure hope you enjoyed, and if you did, of course, feel free to like and subscribe to join the Brightworks community, and if you'd like to get further involved, consider checking out the Discord channel, where a lot of the replays are submitted, as well as a bunch of greasy gamers helping each other out on the regular. Sure hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, though, and I will see you again in the very next match of Beyond All Reason. Peace out, everybody.